Weber looking for the foul, doesn't get it, and the Wizards doing a terrific job.
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot, and so is Rick Allenman. They felt that he has been hit hard on the last 2 shots.
Hamilton picked up by Christie, an outstanding defensive player.
This will be an excellent matchup to watch as this game moves on. Christie, Hamilton.
Jordan inside to White on the pick and roll. Michael Jordan finding White, and you talked about how his assists have been impressive this year.
Michael is not forcing anything. Both times now he has hit Jahadi White as Jahadi White releases when his man double teams.
Weber from the perimeter. Christie getting the offensive rebound, and Weber coming in fouled by Jahadi White, with the Wizards coming out to an early 9-point lead.
Yeah, good foul. Force him to make the foul shots. Now just watch how Jahadi White slips this. See, they had the double team on Michael. Jahadi White slips it. Now, not only did he make the catch, but he dunked it with power. 2 hands on the ball.
So Weber will go to the line. You mentioned that he missed 25 games. He was out the first 20 of the season with the sprained ankle. In that time, the Kings got out to a 15-5 record. Pretty impressive. And Weber, who spent 4 years with Washington, makes good on the first free throw.
Well, last year was his best season in the league, and he made the All-NBA team a great compliment for a great season. Now, he's back. He's only played 25 games, but how about the fact that he's averaging 25 points, and he's right there with the 10 rebounds? And we know that there legitimately are only 3 or 4 guys in this league averaging over 20 and over 10 boards. He's right there.
Weber 1 out of 2 from the line, and of course Sacramento fans breathing easy after Weber signing the 7-year contract when it was thought that he might go elsewhere. So he is the linchpin of this franchise, and Stojakovic steals the pass intended for Jordan. Here is Weber going in, and the ball is knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by Sacramento.
Now, Chris Webber was fouled twice. He didn't get a call. Right there, he was lucky there was a non-call, because that was a definite offensive charge.
6.5, under 6:50 remaining in this first quarter. Jordan finds Whitney, and Whitney rebound by Divac. Kings off to the slow start, 1 for 10 from the field, and the foul is called against the Wizards.
I like what the Wizards are doing on the break. They're giving up their body. Now, that time they were called for a block, but you would rather get a block called than a player go in and make a layup.
That is the second foul against Chris Whitney, and Doug Collins will make a substitution, and Ty Lue will come into the game. Tyronn Lue, who received his championship ring in Los Angeles Tuesday night, member of the Lakers title team last year. So Lue in at point guard. Here's Weber against Popeye Jones, and Weber with his first field goal.
That's his patented move. That's so difficult to block because he's 6'10", and it's a great jump hook, and he's doing it off the dribble.
Wizards leading by 6 points, nearly halfway through this opening quarter. And Hamilton guarded by Weber, and the fall away. White charging the offensive glass, and we'll have a Washington foul, and that'll be the second against Jahadi White. So we may see Brendan Haywood, the rookie from North Carolina, come on into the game, and that's the call from Doug Collins.
Yeah, well, I tell you, he's late getting to the table right now, and if they're smart, they would give it to Divac and let him go against White, looking for another foul.
And that's what they do on the pick and roll. Divac laying it in, and White not putting up much resistance. And now it is a 4-point lead for Washington, 13-9. Jordan defended against Stojakovic, and Stojakovic getting a hand on it. Here is Bibby, and Bibby going behind to Chris Webber. And now the Wizards get it back with 5.5 to go in this first quarter. They have led in this first period.
I'm impressed at the half-court defense by Sacramento. They're doing an excellent job on Jordan. Christie and Stojakovic are switching, which either way, and they're really causing Michael a problem because he cannot turn the corner on the catch.
Jahadi White staying in the game, and Brendan Haywood going back to the bench. Here is Stojakovic, and that'll be a 2-point field goal by Peja Stojakovic, coming in averaging 23 a game, and the Kings trailing now by only 2. Here is Jordan. Jordan against Stojakovic. 5 on the shot clock. Hamilton, and a two-pointer by Hamilton. And it's a 15-11 Wizard lead.
Washington has patience tonight. They're doing a very good job in the movement of the ball.
And Weber working his way in, winds up on the floor, getting up slowly, but appears to be all right. And
well, he's hot.
He's very upset.
Yeah, he's hot. See that he can't get a foul. There's a technical, and you knew that was coming, and he knew it was coming. Rick Adelman right now is very upset because as Weber hit the floor and picked up the ball, as he was walking up floor, he was talking to Adelman. And there's no doubt about it. He has been hit on 3 plays. Now, they just hit Rick Adelman with a technical, so Washington will be shooting 2 here. Now, keep an eye on this play. Now, remember, he's a prime-time player. He's an all-star player and an all-NBA guy. See, now, he definitely gets hit there. That would have been Jahidi White's 3rd foul.
Yeah, I mean, he normally you'll see him with a different type of game face, and that going between that and a real pleasing smile that he has, a genuine smile, but has neither one of them on, and he's been, like I said, a little bit over-excitable and agitated, and he's committed a couple of turnovers.
Sacramento started 1 for 10, and then they missed 9 in a row in that span. Since then, 4 of 5, and have climbed back into this game to trail by 3 after the Wizards led by 9. Christian Laettner will check in for Washington. Weber for Stojakovic, an open jumper, and you got to cover him. Luckily, he missed a shot.
Well, I think that was what was really key back in Washington. He missed his first 4 or 5 shots, and he had good looks, shots that he would normally put down, and Washington was able to capitalize on that.
Jordan had 25 in that game, but you remember Rip Hamilton led all scorers with 33. MJ's jumper got it. Michael now 2 of 5 from the field with 4 points and 1 assist. Lou plays Bibby. Weber on the alley-oop.
Nice setup that time, and good lob from Bibby.
Jordan's jumper, that's a little strong. Weber the rebound. Foul is on Tyronn Lue. And there is a timeout with substitutes getting set to come in. First, we'll take a break with 2:58 to go in the quarter. And the Wizards leading 18-15.
After Jordan went to the bench.
Well, Doug Collins will always, now that Hamilton is back, Hamilton or Jordan, one of the two will be on the floor at all times.
Bobby Jackson into the game for the Kings. Christian Laettner, as Hubie mentioned, the Wizards healthy finally, trying to get their injured players in shape, and that includes Christian Laettner. That Nesby chalking up his 2nd foul.
Unfortunately, when you get key guys back, and you need them in order to contend against the premier teams in the league, well, it takes a while for them to get back razor sharp. And right now, Christian Laettner is nowhere near ready.
Laettner harassing Jackson, and Weber firing over Haywood and hits. Chris Weber now with 11 points. He led the Kings in the losing effort last week with 21 against the Wizards. 5-point lead for the Kings. Jordan guarded by Turkoglu, and Jordan is off the mark, and Michael Jordan right now hitting 2 of his first 7.
Well, questions about coaching. Coaches will always say, hey, as long as I'm getting my team high percentage shots, I can live with the misses. And if you are coaching Washington tonight, you're getting what you want out of the offense. You're getting good looks at the basket. Your guys are just ice cold.
And not playing with the zeal and energy that we have seen the Wizards in the past. Nesby, knocked away by Turkoglu, and here's Jackson. 2-on-1, and there is Weber on the lob pass from Jackson, and it doesn't go, but the Kings had a 2-on-1. Jordan inside Haywood.
Plenty of
Nesby for 3, and he hits. So Tyrone Nesby, and you talked about the fact Doug Collins likes his scoring abilities, cuts the lead to 2.
Well, he is one of the 5 guys that are shooting over 40% in threes. So you have to pay attention tonight at both ends of the floor. 2 excellent three-point shooting clubs.
And here is Jackson from 3, missing. Haywood with the outlet to Jordan, picked up by Jackson. Jackson bumping Michael Jordan, the turnaround, and Jordan with his 3rd field goal of the game ties it at 23.
Anytime Michael's in the open floor tonight, whether it's 1-on-2, 1-on-3, if he can get up over the top of the defender, he's got to take the shot.
Back to Weber, who's been the high scorer in the game, and Weber knocked away this time by Haywood, and here come the Wizards, slowing the pace, putting up the jumper, and Jordan has hit 2 in a row. And the Wizards regain the lead by 2 after trailing by 5. Jordan defending Christie. Christie driving the baseline. And the second effort by Doug Christie ties the game.
Christie's having an outstanding season. He's very quiet in his production. He gives you 13 points. He gets you 5 boards. Shoots a high percentage, excellent three-point shooter. You foul him over 84%, and he's your key defender in your first unit.
And making better decisions with the ball. His shot selection has been much improved this year. Here is Jordan, and he is fouled by Turkoglu. And we'll have it.
They have 33 games remaining, 13 of which will be against the West. At the end of the year, they have a 6-game in 9-day trip out west. So that's going to be a difficult time.
And everyone else done with the West.
That's right.
Of all the top contenders, they'll be playing the Clippers, the Sonics, the Warriors, the Nuggets, and the Jazz on the extended trip. Turkoglu hitting from outside. Turkoglu, who was the shootout champion, and by the way, Sacramento, the only NBA team to have at least 1 representative in each of the 4 All-Star events last weekend in Philadelphia. Whitney and the rebound Stojakovic with the Kings up by 1.
Sacramento, up until now, doing an excellent job holding Washington to 1 shot attempt.
And that's not Washington's game.
Right.
Here is the Jackson. Jackson for 3, and he's got it. Jackson, who's being touted as a possible 6th-man winner. He came close last season.
Well, he's having an outstanding year. He's so tough defensively. He's averaging 10 points, shooting a solid percentage, and he's coming along. He's maturing, making better decisions, leading the second unit.
Jackson defending against Whitney. Haywood setting the screen, now going down low, and Whitney on the miss, the rebound by Stojakovic. Pages just got off 2 shots in the game, and he's a prolific outside shooter. Divac behind to Stojakovic, loses the ball, and here comes Jordan and the Wizards. Kings back defensively. Michael Jordan with the jumper. Jordan now with 11.
Well, there are 2 things that have to happen in this game. Sacramento must get to Michael a lot quicker on the break, because you can see he wants that 17-footer. At the other end, Washington, you know that this team is a prime-time three-point shooting team, just like yourself. You must get out and challenge when they spot up.
2 of the top 4 three-point shooting teams in the NBA on the floor tonight, with the Washington, the Wizards, right up there. They are second in the league. The Kings are 4th.
24 grams. 24
and the foul committed by
7 of the last 9 points. Played in his 13th All-Star game Sunday. He was selected to play in 12 of 13 seasons in Chicago. He was still in retirement the 1 year in '95, and he missed a game that season. He was an All-Star MVP in '88, '96, and '98, averaging 21.3 points, the highest ever in an All-Star game. In fact, has the only triple-double ever recorded in an All-Star game. That happened in 1997 when he had 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists when the All-Star game was at Madison Square Garden. Bobby Jackson has scored 5 points, 6 points in a row for Sacramento. Here's Jordan on the fadeaway, and that one's a little short. D-Box is all over it.
Got to get back with this team.
offensive foul is called on Sacramento as Rip Hamilton checks back in for Tyrone Nesby. Jordan off the screen. Now the jumper can't get it to fall, and Popeye Jones trying for the rebound. Saved in beautifully by Jackson.
Well, first of all, it was stolen by Bobby Jackson. Good hand.
Levi.
Other hands, that time Popeye returning the favor.
The good hands people.
Yeah, Bobby Jackson on one end and Popeye right after that at the other.
It's the all-state team, Phil. Shahidi makes a move, up strong, and he scores.
He got a little bit of contact out on his way up to release that shot. Shahidi gradually getting better and better, more efficient on the offensive end.
1 point, Sacramento lead. Stojakovic missed it. Turkoglu over Hamilton's back, and they give it to Sacramento. Now Popeye Jones going after the young official Zielinski.
Well, there's the good hands there. Popeye stripping the ball from Divac. And then this last play, you can see Hito coming over the back of Hamilton, yet they give the ball back to the Kings.
Yeah, back to live action. The Kings on the inbound throw the ball too far, and it goes out of bounds on the far sideline and over to Washington. Popeye Jones, you can tell he's just so critical to this team, rebounding and boxing out and doing all kinds of things when he's in the game. Hamilton, that's stolen from behind. Stojakovic scores. Well, you can see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, he reached around behind it. You have to go and meet the ball. When a pass is made, you've got to come and meet the ball, and you've got to do it strong.
Jordan trying to lay it off underneath, had it stolen. Nobody cut to the basket. Christie the other way. Bibby for an open jumper.
Got to be careful. This is what we're talking about. They get these spurts, especially here at Arco, and they have a way of kind of making the spread even larger.
To go, 3:09 remaining, and Hamilton with a terrible shot.
That's his third air ball in a row.
And Stojakovic lays it in. Timeout didn't work.
Well, it's unfortunate because they got the shot that they wanted. They ran a double screen for Hamilton. He faded. He was wide open. But that is his third straight air ball in shooting an 18 to 22-foot shot.
And the Kings open up their biggest lead of this game, 7 points. Hamilton coming back, and he is struggling. Popeye Jones getting the offensive rebound, but Rip Hamilton 2 of 9 here in the first half, and Christie called for the push-in foul.
Whenever Washington plays a powerhouse team, meaning a second, third, fourth round playoff type of a team, they need Hamilton and Jordan to be on fire, plus that their power forward and center position can get them some easy baskets on that offensive board. It's not happening yet.
And
there's another steal.
Turnover. Whitney throws it away. Stojakovic with another lay-in is coming too easy now for the Kings.
Well, it's all off the turnovers, Dick. And this is something that we're emphasizing because this team is so explosive and so quick that anytime you turn it over, they have an uncontested layup. This isn't a 2-on-1. It's a 1-on-0.
And Jordan has it blocked by Weber. And here's Weber, 3-on-2 now for the Kings. Bibby in the middle goes out to Stojakovic for 3. He's got it. Stojakovic, red hot, has scored 9 of his 11 points here in the second quarter, and the crowd is alive. Standing ovation, and it is a 12-point lead for the Kings.
They can do it in a hurry. They're great in the open floor, and they're great with the three-point shot.
Whitney short with his three-point attempt. Here is Stojakovic, who has scored 9 of the Kings' last 11. Weber driving in, and the basket will not count, and is charging called against Chris Webber.
Yeah, Rick Adelman is very upset. He thinks that the defender is inside of the restraining line. Now remember, in a situation like this, you've got to be outside, and I'll tell you what, he was outside of the restraining area. An excellent call by Danny Crawford.
And a foul away from the basket. Now a 3-second violation called against Popeye Jones in the lane. So the Wizards, who had the game close, the score was tied at 30-30, and then the turnovers resulting in easy Kings points.
Nick, you made a great point about 2 minutes ago. You said it's totally uncharacteristic for Washington. They're one of the top teams in the league with fewest turnovers. When it happens, this is what's happening at the other end. 3-point makes.
Mike Bibby, and the Kings coming in 4th in the league at 38% on a 14-0 run in the last minute of the first half. Hamilton, who's really struggled, and this time fouled by Divac. And Hamilton, who has 5 points in the game. Jordan with 11 leads the Wizards. And the Kings already with 3 in double figures, led by Chris Webber with 11.
So many of those points have come off of either turnovers and transition baskets or long shots that have bounced long and created transition opportunities for the Kings as well. Hamilton has made all 3 of his free throw attempts, has 7 points, but as Phil said, 2 of 9 from the field. Wizards as a team shooting just 36% from the floor here in the first half. Webber with a great move, reverse layup, missed it. 25 seconds to go in the period. Jordan trying to milk that clock down. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. He's double teamed. Finds Leitner. Nice fake by Leitner, who shoots and scores. Well, Jordan created some spacing for him, and Leitner created even more with that fake. Gave himself that much more time. Bibby dribbles between a bunch of guys. Now kicks it out to Stojakovic for an open look. And that is the end of the first half. A first half that saw the Kings go flying late in the second quarter. Peja Stojakovic with 11 points, 9 in the period. At the half in Sacramento, it's the home team 47 and the Wizards 36. Time now to send you back to our Comcast Sportsnet studio.
Michael Jordan with 11 points, leading the Wizards. Chris Webber and Peja Stojakovic each with 11. And there is Webber, who got a technical early in the game, as did Rick Adelman, the head coach. But Webber, who always seems to be emotional against the team that he was with. He was that way against Golden State when he was with Washington the first time, and now he's that way against Washington.
Well, the one thing about him, he can get the shots. He can get shots anytime. He's already had 14 shots. He has 11 points, and you know that he can hit facing. He's an outstanding passer. He's got the jump hook. He gives you a lot of looks.
Peja Stojakovic, let's add him to the highlights you showed at the half.
To me, he's right up there. You can say someone can shoot as well as he, from three-point, mid-range, taking it foul line, but this guy is really up and coming. You got to remember, he's only in his young 20s, so he's going to be around for a long time. 13th in the league in scoring. Way off the mark was Jordan, and we'll have a foul against the Kings, and it'll be against Vlade Divac. Whenever you're hooked up with Stojakovic, you cannot rest defensively. And at the last exchange, Michael Jordan just gave up on him, and he floated on Jordan. Boom, the pass was right there. He's a great catch-and-shoot player.
Sacramento Kings, who right now have a lead over the LA Lakers. They have lost one fewer game. Of course, the Kings lost to the Lakers in the playoffs the last 2 years. Last year, in 4 straight in the conference semifinals. So that's the team ultimately they've got to handle. Here's Whitney, the jumper, and White misses the follow.
Yeah, that was a very difficult second shot chance, mainly because Jahidi White was off balance.
Divac driving in, fouled by Jahidi.
On vacation tonight. You know, he's not expending an awful lot of energy. This is just a smart move for him. Anytime that he catches 15 to 17, he has a major advantage over Jahidi White off the dribble.
And White picking up his 3rd personal foul. And Divac with the 3-point play. Leading rebounder, by the way, for the Wizards in the first half was Christian Laettner with 8 off the bench. Divac had 6, and the Kings open up their biggest advantage, 52-36. Here's Whitney missing the 3. Jordan knocks it away, and out of bounds, last touch by Michael.
Right now, you look on the faces of the Washington guys. They just don't have that look in their eye that they're going to be able to get it done here tonight. I don't know what it is. They've been a half a step slow all night. Now, when they shot that high percentage, it was fine. Look at this.
Bibby for 3 misses, but there is Stojakovic in the lane, so all the bounces going Sacramento's way.
In this building, this team is terrific. This is the 4th straight year that they've averaged over 100 points. They led the league in scoring, 99, 2000, 2001. They're second this year at 104 behind Dallas. They just explode here. So you have got to bring your A game if you're going to compete in this building. Now this is just a great pass by Christie down into the corner. Now they almost come out of this with a great tap, but they never give up on the action here.
And you're right about the way they feel at home. They have a different mental approach between home and on the road, where they have really not played as well.
No.
They feel they can't lose here at Arco, and that has really been the case. White follows up on the miss for the Wizards.
Yeah, you like to see more of that. That's the only way they're going to get back here. They need to defend, and then they need 2 shot attempts at the offensive end of the floor.
Weber facing against Popeye Jones, and Chris Weber, and the rebound by White into the hands
You got advantage
of Whitney. There is Hamilton open, going in strong and missing the layup. It's not Hamilton's night.
No, he just got himself into a bad angle.
And there is the pass from Divac to Weber. And it's a 56-38 game with only 2.5 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter.
They're at their best right now. They're showing us their game from the middle of the 2nd quarter right up until the present. They've been on fire.
Hamilton, who had missed his last 7 shots with the lay-in, and you know the look on the face of the Wizards, similar to what the Kings had last week in Washington. They just didn't have it that night. Here is Bibby.
Pretty.
And Popeye Jones as the ball spins off the rim.
Yeah, Mike Bibby's a little, he's upset with himself. He's a little embarrassed because he missed that. That was his easiest shot of the night.
Jordan. And Stojakovic coming down with it. Jordan looking for a foul on this. And here is Bibby against Whitney. Whitney getting the job done. And Jordan following. So the Wizards showing a little more aggressiveness now on the defensive end. Jordan pulls up, and it doesn't go for him. Michael Jordan, now 5 of 15 from the field. He has 11 in the game. 16-point lead for the Sacramento Kings, boasting a 38-12 record, best in the league. Christie with the jumper. Christie now with 6.
That's a heady player. When you come off of a screen, if your defender goes under and you have 3-point range, you just step back. He read the defense perfectly.
And another big addition in his 2nd year, Jordan from Whitney. Christie acquired from Toronto for Corliss Williamson, and Michael Jordan now with his 13th point.
That was an excellent trade, mainly because they got a 2-guard who could defend, who can score, who can run the open floor and pass for you. They needed that here, a stabilizing 2-guard at 6'6".
Here is Jones, and the basket counts in a foul.
Pitch with 15. Inside, no call. Popeye trying to get the rebound. The Wizards can't get a hold of it.
That was tough. You saw the flop there by Divac. Correct, no call, but he actually took the footing out from Jahidi on that move.
And Michael comes back with a steal. Jordan spinning, baseline tough jumper, and he gets fouled. Called it on Christie, and MJ will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Jordan does a good job in shielding off the ball, but Christie's been trying to stay on top of him the whole game. That time picks up the foul. Well, just an excellent pass from Divac. You see him pass the bounce pass away from Divac, away from Popeye Jones, and Chris Webber gets the reverse dunk.
Jordan now 2 of 3 from the line tonight, has 14 points in the game. They get 15 in 26 minutes of play. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, Washington and Phoenix tomorrow night, then back home Monday afternoon against the Houston Rockets. Chance to see former Maryland star Steve Francis. Peja Stojakovic misses. Knocked out of bounds by Jahidi. Good hustle by Divac. White has 9 rebounds in the game. Christian Laettner off the bench has 8 rebounds.
Good point. I think Whitney's telling his teammates somebody needs to be on the inbound passer on that side to not let any pass come in underneath the basket.
And a pass is picked off by Bibby. And the steal off of Jordan. Divac inside, spinning, no good. Popeye is there. Kings by 15, and Doug Collins wants time. The sister, Adrian, in the middle. Phil to the left, and to the far left is Gavin. And the mother, Colleen, is on the other side of all of those folks. And right now, they have really turned this franchise around. They've been in control for 3 seasons now, full control for 4 seasons, and their record over that span, 164 and 100. Hamilton baseline jumper, in and out, no good. Loose ball foul on Washington. So on Popeye Jones, and that's number 1 on Popeye.
Popeye in total agreement with the official on that foul.
Last year, the Kings went to the playoffs, beat the Suns 3-1 in the first round, then got swept 4-0 by the Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals. And one of the big keys was to re-sign Chris Webber, and they did. After lots of speculation that he might go elsewhere. Rip, nice pass to Jahidi, and the reverse layup with the foul.
He's getting good at that.
He sure is.
Sometimes you go away from the force, use a little finesse. The dunk was blocked that time. Dish off there. You see Divac took away that move, so he has to go underneath, using the backboard and the glass as a protector. Once again, the nice pass from Hamilton and the reverse layup from Jahidi White, and he goes to the line to try to complete the 3-point play.
And that is the 4th personal foul on Vlade Divac. So he is forced to come out of the game, replaced by Scott Pollard. Way to go, Jahidi. Nicely done. And Jahidi White with a near double-double. He's got 11 points and 9 rebounds. 5 of 8 from the field. Wizards have cut it to 12. Chris Webber knocked away by Popeye. Looking for a cutter, they find Stojakovic baseline. His jumper, what a shot! Are you kidding me?
That's the only angle he had, and that ball almost came over the backboard, which would have been an illegal shot.
Jordan spinning on Christie. Goes inside, hanging jumper, no good. Jahidi tips it up, and Webber takes it down. See Webb the other way. Cross-court pass. Score the goal. Foul on the play.
Peja Stojakovic leads this team in scoring 17 points right now. 8 for 12 from the field. Look at that shot.
Unbelievable.
From behind the backboard. tough position. And then Bibby, right after that, here you see the contact from Whitney on the arm, but he gets the shot to go down, but missed the free throw.
Yeah, live action, he's an 85% shooter and could not get it to go down. Meantime, Richard Hamilton has just one field goal since the 4:41 mark of the first quarter. Rip spins inside and misses another one. Hamilton now 3 of 14 from the field, has 9 points. Weber all the way, and he's fouled. Popeye got him. That'll be his second.
But late. Hubert Davis into the game for the first time. One of those injured players getting back and trying to get his legs back. Davis defended by Bibby. Tries to draw the foul and thought he was.
Oh, I mean, it was right in front of the referee.
No call.
No, he got hit on that.
Leitner defending Weber. Weber with a great feed to Pollard. Fine play, and Doug Collins wants to talk it over, so Chris Weber with 16 points and now 6 assists.
The Gopher in his play as any Wrigley's Bel Air or Food Store.
17,317. This the 17th season for the Kings in Sacramento. A familiar place for a couple of guys traveling with the Wizards team tonight. Of course, Larry Drew, assistant coach to Doug Collins, played 5 years here. And Rod Higgins, assistant general manager, still has a streak going here in Sacramento when he made 39 straight free throws over a 14-game span.
How did you find that?
I was just searching through that press book, Phil. Christian Leitner hits a baseline jumper. There's not much more to do in Sacramento, but it is a lovely town.
I'm sure some of the people from Sacramento would disagree with you. There's a lot to do here now.
Nesby playing defense on Stojakovic and fouls him. And no doubt Doug Collins telling his squad to pick up the intensity just a little bit.
And I think with Stojakovic, that's something that's key in defending against him. You've got to be physical with him. You've got to try to disrupt his timing and his flow. He's got such a nice, sweet stroke that if he's able to gather that ball up in a nice, smooth rhythm, boy, chances are he's going to drill the shot.
Peja is 10th in the league in free throw shooting, the 14th overall pick by the Kings in '96, but he played in Greece for 2 years. That's where he went to college. Finishing second last year in voting for the NBA's most improved player to Tracy McGrady from Belgrade, Yugoslavia. Jordan. Nice pass to Nesby for the jumper, rims it. Jahidi is there, and a loose ball foul on Washington. And it's on Jahidi White. That will be number 4 on Jahidi, and Brendan Haywood quickly into the game for Doug Collins.
For Sacramento, Scott Pollard, the line shooting 1+ the penalty to his guys.
And Sacramento's in the penalty situation. Scott Pollard to the line in his 5th year from Kansas. And Pollard gets them both. Davis, Leitner, Haywood, Nesby, and Jordan for Washington. Richard Hamilton on the bench on his birthday. 3 of 14 from the field, 9 points in the game. Nesby back to Leitner for the open jumper. Got to knock that down, and he does. Nice to see his shooting touch coming back.
Absolutely.
Of course, Christian on the injured list a couple of times, one with the broken bone in his left leg, and then went back on there with a deep thigh bruise. Nice move by Chris Weber.
If it's not there, then I think his time definitely will be cut down. But you want to give yourself a chance because you never know in the NBA. Teams get cold, your team gets lucky, you make some threes, and all of a sudden you start defending better.
20-point game, behind the back dribble by Bibby, and Weber finds an open Bibby who connects on the short jumper. What great passing tonight by Sacramento.
Amen. Amen. That was beautiful because Chris Webber was wide open, and he could have forced the shot. Instead, he drops it right back to Bibby, and he puts the ball in the hole.
Here is Leitner. And the rebound taken down by Pollard. So Webber, after a slow start and a technical foul, has come on big for the Kings tonight. Here is Stojakovic. And Webber trying to keep it alive, and a loose ball foul will be called against Chris Webber. Webber with a double-double already, 18 points and 10 rebounds and 7 assists as well.
Brendan Haywood struggling, Dick. Cannot catch the basketball tonight. Now, we haven't brought that up yet. But tonight, he's just being out-muscled. They need him to block shots, to rebound at both ends of the floor, and he has done a disappearing act here this evening.
Here's the lineup next week on TBS and TNT in the NBA. Timberwolves and Mavericks, Tuesday at 8 p.m. That is on TBS. Wednesday, the Raptors and the Hornets from Toronto at 8 o'clock on TNT. And then on Thursday, TNT will bring you Kings and Spurs at 9 p.m. And you know, that kind of lack of aggressiveness really showed up in the second half against the Lakers Tuesday. Bibby, reverse layup, gets it back and hits.
They're such a high percentage shooting team that you cannot give them second shots in the painted area below the foul line because they're murder. They all can hit that mid-range shot.
Jordan off the rim, and the Kings already with a 22-point lead. Behind the back, Christie, Stojakovic, Christie, Stojakovic, 21.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes.
It's such an easy game when you see people being unselfish, and then the end result, the ball goes in the basket because they're making it look easy because they make the shot.
Weber into the hands of Bibby. Bibby challenging Hubert Davis, goes in and is fouled by Davis.
18, Stucco with 21 and Bibby with 20. And right now, after 3, the Kings are in control. 83-59, 96, as Washington falls to 26-23 on the season, and now 11-13 on the road.
20 and Jordan 16. So for Hubie Brown and Craig Sager, this is Dick Stockton saying goodnight from Sacramento, and we'll send you to Inside the NBA with Ernie Johnson.